I've got a placement for it now, and it's the ending that did it. I think this would be best at the end of an album.
There we go.
That's
what we said.
Hello and welcome to another Metal Review Cast. Today we're going to be reviewing Caskets' newest song, Better Way Out.
It's been a while since we've had you on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a bit.
Yeah, we usually have to do Sundays, and Leon quite often working, and we just have to do a Sunday if I feel like it.
Yeah.
And I'm not too life stressed.
Yeah, we're quite lucky to do it on a Saturday, to be fair.
Yeah, Saturday's good.
Yeah, very lucky.
At least I've been getting that money though. I've not just been wasting time just saying no.
No, exactly.
A lot like back in the old days.
He couldn't roll out from there to here.
Can't be arsed, yeah.
Now he's like, fuck it, I'm making bank.
Yeah, he's got to make money. And I just got to be like, Anton, are we good? I've got enough energy today. Let's fucking go. And welcome to Whiskey Review Cast.
Ooh.
Actually should be the normal way round. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is the normal way around, bro.
I've got it.
Have you already cracked that open?
Oh yeah, I cracked it open. I can't wait. So Costco have this for £24, and usually it's about $45.50. So it's the Glen Ross.
You poured yourself a big glass, I think.
Yeah, accidentally. Yeah.
Have you put some Angostura bitters in there?
No, just going whiskey for the time being.
Just straight.
Try like a little.
Oh man, I'm so jealous.
Character vanilla, melon, and cinnamon. It's obviously a 12-year-old Scottish single malt. Yeah, it's about half the price.
Right now.
Yeah.
How is it? Oh, there you go. He's got his moulded fucking balls.
Yeah, one.
Number one. Oh,
Just one glass, though. I actually haven't had any yet. Ooh.
Thoughts? I've never had that one before.
I can actually taste melon, which is weird. I'm not just saying it as well. I can actually taste the light melon. It actually tastes kind of fruity, which is weird for me for a whiskey. So
That's weird.
I'm more of like a smoky peaty or a bourbon kind of guy. So that's really nice. Super smooth. And I can actually taste the melon, which is strange.
Oh, man, I'm so jealous right now.
It's all right, because I won't drink it for a while now, so you'll get a chance.
I know, but I want it now. I reach through the monitor. Fucking, that's it. Oh, mate.
No,
what a bargain.
I actually can't taste the vanilla so much. I'm getting more of the melon, but obviously everyone's a bit different, aren't they? So you might get hints of the vanilla and stuff. So
it's probably, the size of my snout. I'll probably smell it. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. To this. Yeah, sorry.
And I've got a wonderful glass of these.
You have.
Yeah.
Yeah, the latest single. We haven't done the last one yet. Get around to that at some point.
Yeah. But this was released earlier than they anticipated, wasn't it?
Yeah, it came out a day earlier. So kind of caught everyone off guard, but everyone loves new music, so
we do.
Yep.
We do.
Always exciting.
I've heard it once.
Yeah, I've probably heard it like 40 times now.
Yeah, I wanted to try and avoid hearing it, but then fucking Amazon, because Amazon's now, Caskets are doing enough that Amazon's promoting their shit straight into my fucking soundtrack. So fair play. It spoiled it for me, because I actually wanted to wait till review day to actually review it, and it went and stuck it in my car whilst I was driving. I was like, oh, what's it? Oh, it's a new song, motherfucker. But yeah.
And as standard, I've not heard it yet, so this will be good.
Well, I've already formulated a mini opinion because I've only heard it once, and I'd say this would completely change if I'm watching the video and hearing it in ears rather than in my car. So it might change. So it'd be really good to have your opinion on it, actually. Me and Sean were kind of slightly discussing it last night and then reserved judgment for today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Cool deal.
When you think you're not enough, you don't fit in.
I'm in affliction already.
Going where you're hard upon your sleeve, but it's hard when you don't head is looming dark.
See what I was talking about, Sean, with the rim clicks. Yeah, so he's hitting like the cymbal, but in between he's like dit, 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 with the snare drum just on the rim of the snare instead, which I think is quite a nice sound. I used to do it when I used to play drums, and I don't see many bands doing that. But it's nice because it adds an extra element to the drumming that you wouldn't normally pick up. I'm going to rewind it just because.
Also, you'll see some familiar faces in this. So.
Oh really?
Over your head is looming dark. Nobody knows who they really are. We're in a maze running from the start. Still lost, but we've come this far.
Is that Dad Lad?
That's what I thought, yeah. I was like, I'm fairly certain that's Dad Lad, yeah.
You won't need them anymore. Don't they always say there's a better way out? When you think you're not enough, you don't fit in. When you feel like giving up, but now there's no one listening. Down in your bones, head in your heart. Get up and fight or you'll fall apart. So go and wear your heart upon your sleeve. But it's hard when you don't believe. Tell me if I'm not spiraling into the same hole that I was in. Nobody there knows.
I put the rim clicks in it right here.
I'm here and I hear you too. When it's all said and done, you're as strong as anyone. Don't they always say there's a better way out?
Pause it there again. Yeah, I'm fairly certain. I think I've only ever properly met him like maybe once or twice, and it's always like briefly somewhere, and we're just like.
He's very recognisable.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's Dad Lad. Which was it's quite a nice little surprise. Obviously, you could probably tell where like the story's starting to kind of go from the first part, but yeah, the thing I do really like this song, and we've kind of obviously me and Anton said we've kind of discussed it already at some length. I do really like the song. It's not one of the best ones, but at least it's not by the sound. Sorry. That's so. I tried to listen to it again the other day, and I was just like, but I actually do really like the simplicity of this. Obviously, like as you say, Caskets have a sound, and it's always there. But the first thing I noticed from this in the first like minute and a half is that it's very simple, and you could tell that was going to be how it would probably be the whole way through. Like lyrically and musically, this is quite simple for them, I'd say. Or at least it sounds it.
Yeah, it's got the classic Caskets kind of template to it.
Yeah.
In terms of sound. Actually, second time listening to it, I really, really like the riff, and whilst it is quite a simple riff, that step up that it does where it goes it kind of it's not like Beartooth, but it kind of has a Beartoothy type of vibe to it
just a different pace,
like a different pace and like. But it's got that kind of vibe. Even the type of, the lyrical content and the way they've structured it it has that feel. Maybe not recent Beartooth, but like mid or early level Beartooth, where they've got like quite a bit going on. They're heavy enough for you to like properly like bop to it, but is emotional.
Yeah,
and he's talking about really, really apparent points that we feel and stuff. And yeah, when I heard it in the car, I didn't quite get that feeling, but now I've got it in the in-ears. It really works very, very well.
It's not a boomer in the sense of like real loud, pacey, aggressive, or any of that kind of stuff. But I agree that riff is super nice,
wonderful,
like really, really nice.
That lad's a good actor.
Familiar face too.
Okay, so I'm struggling to form an opinion on this I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I obviously like it, but I'm struggling to, like place it. There's a lot I like about it, but
I won't say anything yet because me and your dad have discussed this, so I want to see what your thoughts are.
I don't have any thoughts yet. It's hard. It's a difficult one because it's like, what's that other one that you didn't really like?
By the Sound.
It reminds me a bit of that, with that kind of like more simple kind of pace and kind of sound, but it's a bit better than that, I'd say. Although I still feel like it's more of an album song than a single.
Yeah,
personally.
I won't disagree. I won't say what my opinion is just yet, but I'm not going to disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm going to reserve mine as well.
I think this doesn't necessarily have to be a single, but yeah, from what we and Anton discussed in the end, I can see. And the more actually I was thinking about it again today, because again I've listened to it about another 10 times. I kind of thought about where its place is now.
Yeah, I'm still struggling to place it at the moment.
Is it still where we thought it should be?
I have another place for it now.
Okay.
But I still think it should be where we discussed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hopefully have an opinion by the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to place it.
I think the ending might change it a little bit.
Okay.
I'd say the song, because you said the song is very simplistic, and we're 2 minutes 10 in, and I don't think it's changed much.
Yeah.
Pretty much been the same.
The riff is, apart from this last bit, the riff has been maintained all the way through.
Yeah.
No like breakdowns or drops or anything like that.
So I don't think you're wrong, Leon, at all.
Mm.
Standing on the edge of the divide. If you turn away, the pain will fade and go with every stride.
That blood racing to the rescue.
Yeah.
Carry your pride, never let go, you don't need to hide. With a
Hoping it hurt his Achilles.
heart upon your sleeve, you can be who you want to be.
That's a good shot. Whoa. Drone shot there.
Yeah.
I really that was really nice, man.
That one, man.
This bit actually gives me goosebumps, especially with the video.
Yeah.
It really gets me.
Yeah, it is.
You could almost imagine if you could be hated for being who you are.
Yeah.
Similar chord structure.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at that ending, I'm going to be a bit personal here. Also reminds me of when we got into Beartooth and Hated Leon, and when you elaborated to how you were feeling. And for me as a dad, how that made me feel, and just wanted to take you out of the pain that you were going through. That was really well emitted in the end of that song. It was a similar thing. Obviously, I wasn't trying to get you from jumping or doing something like that, but the feeling that you were at such a loss that you felt that way, and as a parent wanting to just run as fast as I can to help protect you. And then when we had a cry and a hug it out, probably say too much on camera, but we're real people here. Have a cry and hug it out. And that's why, Hated was quite a strong song for us, to the point where when Beartooth performed it at the Architects gig, I were crying, you were crying. Sean was like, because
but then
it's like that.
It started again at the Amity one as well. You had the exact same because Beartooth supported Amity, right?
Yeah,
and you had the exact same, and I'm just like, I had to look that way because I'm like, I'm not having this. I'm not crying.
I think it'll hit us the same every time it's played.
Yeah, because that's deep root, the timing of it and stuff. But I get that from this, like that same kind of build and the way they've kind of structured it and the ending and stuff, where the kid has decided to. He was on the edge, but then saw his dad and realised that actually there's a better way.
Yeah.
And naming of the song, "The Better Way Out," it's good.
Yeah, and good. I think you can see, obviously, one of the things we discussed, you're like, it feels like the ending is so long, and now you see why, because I guess the ending only makes sense with the video. To some extent, we've also discussed, like, I won't say,
the positioning of the track.
Yeah, we'll see what Leon thinks, but like the positioning of the track makes more sense to us. So I've got like another place I also think it could potentially be, but it's pretty much. So obviously it's about a minute of nothing, but then if you go to like we're already slowing down at 2:45 pretty much. And then it's just Matt singing. Obviously, this is a Caskets thing with this, like, they slow it down and Matt's beautiful voice sings us through that part with his emotion and his pain, and it does make you feel a certain way. But then if you look at it from here, Matt stops singing about, like, 3 minutes 20 or something.
But then if you look at it from another perspective, 2 minutes 50 is pretty much, it's not the length of a song, but...
No.
If you remove a breakdown, right, because I don't have one in there, and a drop, that's pretty much the length of a song. So, and the song's 4 minutes 37, which is a little bit longer than what you'd have as a standard from an algorithm or whatever.
Yeah.
The standard is about 3 minutes 20, 3 minutes 40.
Yeah, but
so like that last extra minute is just about feeling that emotion.
Yeah, it's feeling it. That's what I said. Like, it gave me I just got goosebumps towards the end, and then I'm just like, I can't control the feeling.
Yeah, I've got a placement for it now, and it's the ending that did it. I think this would be best at the end of an album.
There we go.
That's
what we said.
As an outro.
Imagine this live as well.
To an album.
Yeah. Imagine this as the last song where we're just chanting. It's a simple song. Everyone knows it. We all chant it together. And then we all cry. We hug it out for the last minute and a half. And then they walk off stage.
Leaving the Key Club and people are walking past and everyone just goes...
yeah. Like, it's not the strongest song. So I get why you were a bit, like, struggling with it. Like, I understood that from when your dad said he'd only listened to it once as well, because he wasn't quite certain. But because I've listened to it so much, and I watched the video a bunch of times, I started to feel a certain way, and I was like, fuck, this has to be there. I also think it could go randomly in the middle of an album, and then they go into like a Hopes and Dreams again.
Maybe.
Just to like, because it's already going slow, and then we go into Hopes and Dreams, and then the rest of the album we get more upbeat to kind of build ourselves back up.
Maybe.
But I think ending is the best.
It could be, like you say, there's the start with the album where it's just deterioration, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets to the middle point, which is then saying there's a better way, and then it goes to positivity for the rest of the album.
Yeah.
They could do it like that. But it's just the way that they've done the ending. It just feels like it's their album that this is going to be part of. All leads to this point.
To this one, yeah.
And so it ends in that way. And I'd say that it's a really tricky one. And again, now listening to it for a second time, maybe not one of their strongest songs, but I think maybe the word "strongest" isn't the apt word.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a really difficult song to place because. Place, not in placement of where it is, because I think we've all agreed that it's probably at the end or, like you said, Sean, in the middle. But in terms of their creativity, it is actually, whilst it runs the standard Caskets template, it's still very, very powerful, which is really what Caskets is all about, is the power of the message that they're delivering, and almost trying to get people who they know they're, you know, a large percentage of their listening audience is quite emotional and at risk potentially. Do you know what I mean? Is to captivate that and you know, uplift and try and change their way of thinking.
Yeah.
Whilst also relating to what they're doing. So I think in that way, it's actually one of their powerful songs. But in terms of like they're not acoustic,
musically,
it's not one of their strongest.
It needed the video to get to that point, I think.
Yeah, but I agree. I feel the same as you, Dan, and I think we feel that way because, as you said earlier, that the main riff was basically continued throughout the majority of the song until the ending. It didn't really change much. There wasn't much difference between verse, chorus, something like that. It was just a few less drum hits and like a couple less chords on the guitar, but the general riff was basically the same throughout the whole thing until end. That's why until I heard the outro, I was also struggling to place it, not just from an album perspective, but just from a Caskets perspective. It's without the outro, it's quite difficult to like analyze.
It's too simplistic, like by the sounds, without, as you say, the outro. Like you're 2 minutes 10 in, and you're like, it feels a bit like by the sound. I don't know where to go with this, but you need the whole entity of it plus the video.
So I mean, we were talking last night around this, Sean, and we were, you know, discussing the Casket sound and the Caskets template or whatever it is, right? And I think that, albeit that I still feel that I'm right in a certain way, that, you know, there might be a tendency to lean on the fact that the particular kind of setup that they've got works for them, and so they shouldn't really deviate from it. And I worried yesterday when I heard it that maybe there's a nervousness from them to deviate from what they're used to doing or be more creative in a certain aspect because it's working for them, so they're kind of formulating the same stuff over and over again. Which we said when we started reviewing Caskets from an early days, right? We were always like, well, you started this fucking strong.
Yeah.
What's the continuation plan? How are you going to get better than this? Do you know what I mean? And it hasn't really shifted that much. But now listening to it, I think this particular one, at least, it could still be like that, but it is also by design, right? Because this is just purely about you like absorbing their message and really feeling what they're trying to portray.
Yeah,
I don't know whether I can judge what the rest of the album is going to be based off this, because
I can't tell.
It could be an end song.
Yeah.
And one last thing, Leon. I think going back to, I know I'm on super waffle, but I'm trying to think it's all analytical, right? I think that similar to you, I had a struggle placing it in terms of, you know, how good it is and where, you know, in comparison to other songs, for that very reason. It's just Caskets. Like, I've got to the point where I just expect this sound.
Yeah, bar having a breakdown. They usually have like a nice breakdown in there, as you say. They've got that sound. They've got where they slow it right down to allow Matt to kind of just sing us through the pain, which they pretty much do in like every song. But then usually they bring it back up. But obviously that was it. It was almost it, as you say, like the end. But obviously, you know, whoever's playing the actor in that's what they're trying to like kind of convey. So it's really well done. Really well done.
And also, I think I reiterate what we were saying last night. I think it's normally, if this is placed as the end of the track, and we don't know, and Chris and the guys haven't told us whether this is the case, but if this is to be the song that's placed at the end, it's a bit of a risk. But I actually think that from a marketing perspective, that could be quite clever, because actually, if you get to the point where this is the end of the album, then you really wanted to listen to what the rest of the journey of the songs are to get to this point.
Yeah.
You know, the culmination of all the different things that this person, if they're storyboarding it around like an individual, how they've got from A to B and to how they got to this state. So I think it'd be quite interesting to hear some more moving forward. But yeah,
I think related to what you were just waffling about, with you being worried that this might be them changing shift. Worried that
they're not changing.
Not changing.
Yeah.
Is that what you were? Oh, okay.
I was saying that they, because they've got a particular sound and that it's successful, right? They are successful in delivering and
they're
doing
still
what
a
they're
new
doing.
band, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I worry that they're going to get stuck in that bubble.
Yeah. I would like to hear something a bit different. Like, obviously, we got Hopes and Dreams from the last one, which was nice to get an acoustic song. But yeah, it would be nice to just hear something a little different. Not
I'd like them to go full metalcore, bro.
We only want metalcore. More screaming.
Yeah, start screaming, yeah.
No deathcore. Nah, but yeah, I would like to see a little bit of something else at some point. We don't know. Could be coming. But we also did discuss this last night. We said I don't really blame them for picking a sound because this is their second album isn't even out yet, so you've got to build up the fan base, right?
I think it's solid. It's still solid, and I think if this album is generally this kind of like same sound, I don't think that'll be that bad because, as you said, it's just their second album. It's going forward that after this that would be. That we'd want a bit of a change.
When you think about it, we're spoiled, right, by lots and lots of different bands with different sounds and different things like that. But if you think about it, you got like, again, we go back to Architects and we have like Lost Forever, Lost Together, All Our Gods have Abandoned Us. We've got fucking Holy Hell.
Yeah,
Holy Hell.
Yeah. So three albums that actually really you could just listen back to back.
Yeah, and you would have no clue. You'd have no clue which one goes into.
We loved that. Yeah. We fucking loved that. Yeah. So really, actually, some of our some of my criticism and comments is just because I'm spoiled.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
because actually,
but like you say, Sean, they're a new band.
Yeah, and you can't change your sound for like 3-4 albums because even when Architects did it early on, obviously it kind of split everyone, didn't it? Like, what's the fucking album with like Learn to Live and stuff like that?
Oh, it's the one before Daybreak, isn't it?
Yeah, it's with the big disc.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that one. My brain can't remember. But that like split a lot of people. If you go back now, everyone loves it.
Yeah,
because everyone's more open to the music now, not the fact that it's got to be metal, it's got to be metalcore, it's got to stick. But at the time, everyone was like, "What the fuck? This isn't heavy." But it's like actually, it didn't need to be. It was heavy because it was heavy lyrically and emotionally.
Is it the Here and Now, you mean?
Here and Now, exactly. Yeah. And actually, they learned from Here and Now because then they did was it Daybreaker after Here and Now?
Yeah.
Which incorporated stuff from Ruin in the album before Here and Now, and then they turned it into what we now know is probably the epitome of the Architect sound before they switched into the new sound that they've got. So, it's easy to be a critic and judge.
Yeah.
But the reality is, like you say, they've been around a few years.
And that's the other thing, they're already an EP, an album, and now a second album. And they've been around, including a pandemic, 3 years?
Yeah. Well, we're probably spoiled by releases because they're really good at their release schedule, that all the other stuff. So, and they get us involved in it all. They get all the fans involved. We hear songs as and when they're released. They've got the fucking, they had that thing where they had like a pre-release thing where they had like 20 seconds of each fucking song with the tarot cards on there playing as well. So we got used to all the stuff is so on point that we're kind of spoiled. But in the same sense, I think we're so spoiled that actually maybe it's not wrong for us to expect more because they've given us so much.
Yeah.
And we now know what that Casket sound is. It's like, I want to see what's next.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. I just think, I personally just think for the moment, this sound, if this album is mostly this sound and they don't really do anything different, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Personally. I think that's something I'd be happy with because, as you guys said, they're still a new band. This is this would only be their second album, and I think if they changed quite a bit in this album that they're dropping, it would actually annoy some people.
Yeah, I totally agree. So actually, I totally agree.
By it. Oh yeah.
I totally agree, and this is why I'm kind of waffling on, is because it's more of an acceptance of what I was saying last night and being critical because I wanted to hear something different. But listening to it now and then listening to both of your points actually makes me think, well, actually, I'm just fucking spoiled.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like it is actually solid. It's a great tune. It's a great tune. This fucking light in my eyes.
Yeah, it's a great tune. It's just a bit simple, but it's not simple in a bad way. So,
like, we know how good they are.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's like sitting in a car that is like, it's a 1.5 engine, and you can squeeze a bit more out of it. And you sat there trying to push it a bit further. But it's not ready to go yet.
Yeah,
we're not ready to change gear. And I'm like, no, come on, like, let's get into fifth. Let's go.
But no, it's there's a good place for this one. So, and to say the message as well, and obviously, so you
message is phenomenal.
You've been through it. Yeah. Like most people don't know, I've been through it with someone close to me. It's not fun. It's not nice. It brings back bad memories, but it needs to be talked about. So
it does,
and people really need to talk about it. Yeah. So it's good that bands want to convey the message to people. Like, obviously they've got their message at the end. If you actually go onto it, they've got like the UK Samaritans number, Calm, USA, Canada. Like they've put all like Germany, Japan. They've put loads of numbers on there as well, just in case.
And that's another thing, do you know, Sean? Like we talk about this and we talk about the importance of conveying the message, but also it's really easy for bands to shy away from talking about topics that are taboo and, you know, are quite risky. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, these things can be quite triggering as well to people who are going through it at the time and might have positives and negatives to it, and the impact that might have, and also the messages that they might get saying, you know, this has changed my life, this has made me feel better, but also I'm in a dark place. Like, you know, it's a lot that they're putting on the table to talk about these subjects.
Yeah,
you know, like I couldn't personally do that, and because I'd worry about absolutely everyone that's affected by my messaging.
Yeah.
So we have to actually, you know, highlight that is it's a special thing.
Yeah.
That they're doing. And again, another reason why, you know, I fell in love with Beartooth is because they were literally just talking about the realities of stuff and making it audible and for you to relate to. But at the same point, my God, I'm sure that hated song, the amount that they were getting messaged and stuff like that, you know, it can be quite a saddening thing for the band themselves, because they might hear something or find out that somebody has actually gone too far and stuff and all sorts. So, you know, mad.
Yep.
But amazing song. Sorry, I'm waffling. It's just no. You know what it is? Yeah. Like yesterday, I'd only heard it once, but now watching the video, like you said, Sean, and listening to it again,
it definitely needs to be listened to more. Yeah.
It is a special song.
Yeah. All right, everything will be down below.
Yeah.
Ollie obviously did the video, as we know. That's another thing, actually.
That drone shot, mate.
The drone shot is so sick, but like the colouring as well is like it's so Caskets as well, because it's that yellowy orange that they use.
Yeah.
Like the whole fucking place.
They clearly filmed it in autumn as well, and we had the worst autumn ever because they didn't know whether it was hot or cold.
How did they film this?
I don't know, because you know, like the trees didn't know what the fuck to do, did they? Because they fucking lost all the leaves and regrew and lost them all again.
Yeah,
the worst autumn.
Yeah, the fucking colouring from it looks like their colours, but as you say, it's all the little fucking details of them.
Somebody's at my door.
No worries. We might as well finish it anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go from near the end. Everything down below?
Yep.
I'll give them some love and check everything out. And say, like, as they put in the message in, please do speak to someone if you're ever feeling any way. As you say, we've all been through it, so
Mm.
The best thing you can do is speak to someone because it honestly helps just opening
It
up.
does.
So.
It helps. Like, you wouldn't believe how much it helps. Yeah.
Yeah. And music is our therapy, right? To say
exactly.
Beartooth have fucked us up. Well, fucked you two up and tried to fuck me up along the way. So.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See you later.